Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thunder's YouTube Garage. I'm Paul. My friends call me Thunder, and you can too. Today, this morning, I've got to work on this Jeep frame a little bit. I've just got this bumper sitting on there for now, but I have a tow bar that I'm going to bolt to it. Eventually, I think I want to weld it to that bumper, but I don't trust my welding skills enough at this point to be able to weld something that is structural that I trust not to come loose. And so until I find somebody who knows what they're doing to kind of either do it for me or guide me as I do it, I'm just going to bolt that tow bar to the bumper. Anyway, I'm going to bolt it to it because I want to be able to start pulling this Jeep frame in and out of the garage and moving it around while I'm working on it. Last fall, I actually started doing some work on it. I took apart the front end. I replaced leaf springs, redid all of the seals and bearings in the front end. Just kind of checked out all that. I replaced the tie rods and all the bearings in the bell crank. And I do have the steering box on in the garage that I have rebuilt also. I just haven't put it back together yet. I want to be able to hook the frame up to the back of Betty White and move it around as I need to. This morning I actually came out, pushed this frame back a little bit because I need to back the truck up. I have a neighbor who wants to store a trailer here for a few days while he pours some concrete. So I told him he could park it behind the fence, and I need to move the pickup truck back to be able to do that. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm up to today. We'll get started here. Okay, I'm going to back Betty White up and make some room for that other trailer. I had to pull the truck out, slide it over a little bit so I could get in and out of the door. Okay, so I actually haven't even really looked at this tow bar that closely to see what it'll take to mount that. I bought it last fall, and I just kind of set it aside until I was going to be ready to use it, and so I haven't even looked at it, like I said. So I'm hoping that the bolts on the outside here, and they don't. I hope that they were going to line up with the frame bolts. So I think what I'm going to have to do is switch these hinges around where I have a little bit of meat on the inside here, that I can bolt that and hook it right into this bolt that hooks to this frame rail. And then that'll also give me a couple of other places on here on this bumper to be able to put these other bolts in it. That'll give me 3 mounting spots on each side of the bumper. Well, in other news, as I got looking at this, I'm going to come out here and unbolt those, but you can see somebody's actually welded those nuts onto the back of the bolt on both sides of that. I don't know if you can see that side as well with the shadow. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get the grinder, I guess, and grind off the edge of that bolt. I was gonna put new bolts in it anyway, I was gonna buy some grade 8 bolts to run through that. All right, so this is what I come up with. I actually just kind of want to see in comparison. I'm going to line that up square right in the center of that bolt hole on this side and see how that compares to the other one. So it's off. Okay. So this one, when I center it to that bolt, I'm off probably about a half an inch. Millie blowing bubbles with Jennifer and Gus. Millie's sloughing school today. She had to go to the orthodontist and then she didn't want to go back. Can't really say I blame her. Okay, I'm gonna get that measurement figured out. Need both hands so I can hold that tow bar in place while I do my measurements. Make sure I get an accurate one. Okay. That is the middle of the bolt hole. That gives me about a 1/4 inch on difference. All right, there's a mark. There's my center mark. How thick is this anyway? So that's 3/8 thick. Probably throw it on the drill press. I'll have to dig it out, but that'll be the best way to do that, I think.
We're moving the tub over there. It's very windy right now. It's not very, but it is windy. But now we're moving. We have now moved the tub. So, he's got his Coke. Nobody worry.
Okay, the drill press is back in the corner. So this garage space is so little, I just have everything crammed in here to make room. Had to put the Jeep tub on Mama's side of the garage over there. It's all right when she's not home, but there'd be trouble if I tried to keep it there. Okay, so I've been to the store. I got the nuts and bolts I needed. Now I'm just going to tentatively mount. Oh, I actually need some washers. So I'm just going to get this kind of set on there. Well, those lock washers are too small, so this isn't going to be a permanent thing right here anyway. I'm just putting it on there to make sure that everything lines up.
So here's a closer look at where that went, because I wasn't.
Now this bumper does have more than one bolt to hold it on. It actually has, or more than two bolts. It has one at the top, the center one, and two at the bottom. So it actually has four on each side. So it is held on there fairly good. It's just not super thick metal. It's like, I don't know, maybe 1/8 inch. Just tighten these up a little bit, then I'm going to put the tow bar itself on so I can go over on this other side where you can. I'm going to use my gloves because I'm afraid that this is going to be a knuckle breaker. I've broke knuckles enough to recognize it when one's coming.
Have you actually broken your knuckle?
No. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Okay, that's probably good enough right now to set this on. So this bumper was a little bit bent, and I straightened it out the best that I could, but it's still a little bit bent. So these hinges aren't quite lining up just right, but that's okay because, like I said, I'll just loosen one side of it, and I should be able to loosen it enough to adjust. Oh, that's about like I figured it would go.
Ow.
Huh? Okay, get that one. Okay, now it's a little snug, but that's not all bad. Okay, one. Okay. All right. Well, there's that. Now I just need to drill the hole there, over here on both sides.
Daddy, Gus is sitting on the stairs.
And then finish mounting that, and that should be pretty good, I think.
So, we just really drilled a hole right there. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side.
Good morning, everybody. It's a new day. I was unable to finish up putting that tow bar on that Jeep last night. I had to run and get some bolts to bolt it on. They were just a little bit shorter. The ones I had were too long and they wouldn't work right. So I wasn't able to finish it up last night. I had to go to a wedding and just my evening was taken. So I actually came out early this morning and put those bolts on, and I want to take you out and show you how it looks. Okay. I got the bolts in. I got it mounted on the frame. And, you know, it actually turned out pretty good. I had mentioned yesterday that I was thinking about welding that to the bumper, but after looking at it, I don't think I'm going to do that. I want the option to be able to remove it without ruining the bumper, and those grade 8 bolts I think will hold that just fine. So I'm just going to leave it bolted to it and call it good. But I think that turned out really good. Now I'll be able to move it in and out of the garage and do the things I need to do when I'm by myself. But that's going to do it for me today. And as always, remember to love God and to love your neighbor. It's the key to happiness in this life, and I truly believe it. So that being said, have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.